Okay, so here's the thing. The article on Wowhead is kind of a joke. I got my Void-Touched Leather Gloves. This is the best in slot, I guess, for feral druids. And I did the first part of the quest where you go and you talk to the guy and you get the recipes. And by the way, you get all four recipes. You get all four. You get the two leatherworking recipes, the Void-Touched Leather Gloves and the Void-Touched Leather Gauntlets, right? The gauntlets are the spell damage and stamina, intellect, spirit gloves, and the Void-Touched Leather Gloves is the hit and attack speed buff, right? But one of the things that I had as far as a question was, can I make two sets of gloves, or do I have to? Am I only allowed to make one? I know that you can. I know that you can make two from the comments on the Wowhead article. There's people in there that said that you can make two. So I'm assuming that that's the case. But the question that I have is, can you make two in the same lockout? So we're going to go in here again. And from what I understand, everything that you've already done as far as preparation for this applies again. You just need to go in and get another one of the boxes from below Lord Caloris. So I'm going to go ahead and put this this trinket back on there. Protects the bearer from the effects of crushing darkness. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the entrance here. I'm a prowly, sneaky cat. I'm going to sneak past everything, not worry about fighting. You could easily just wait until a crowd runs through and drags on the mobs and run with them. Of course, if you do that, you're leaving yourself open to being ganked by the opposing faction, especially, I guess, if you're in a PvP zone, I suppose. But yeah, let's fast forward to the entrance of the raid. All right, so once you're in the raid, if you've cleared it, any deep at all, if you've defeated Lord Caloris and all of that, then you have access to this altar of teleportation. We're going to teleport to the Shrine of Gelahast. And by the way, occasionally there's a chest right here. It's locked. A blacksmith with a skeleton key, or a rogue, obviously, or I think an engineer has the charge that can blow this up. There's a stealth rogue right here that you can use to repair your items if you need to. It's worth noting that I think there is some kind of reset on this raid. I know a lot of people were farming the clams for the iridescent pearls, and that was a pretty good farm. I think it reset like once per hour or something like that. Everything respawned once per hour, but I think they hot fixed that and took it away. I haven't actually checked it yet. Pretty good gold farms elsewhere that I don't need to really worry about. So you make your way down here to the labyrinth area. Follow like you would go to fight Calrus, the shadow boss guy, and I'll show you where you need to go after that. So instead of heading in that, up this ramp right here to fight Twilight Lord Calrus, you're gonna go down below, and this is the part that you have to have the trinket, the Crushing Darkness trinket. And so this is why I think the Shifting Skull Talisman, I guess, that protects the bearer from the effects of Crushing Darkness. I'm not sure what it takes to have all of the mobs down here despawned. This is a full 7 out of 7 cleared raid. So this is what I was curious about. Can I get a second box and turn this in all in the same raid reset? All right, so I did get a second box and attempt to use a powerful source of the light to destroy the box. I'm going to hearth back to Stormwind and then take a flight path up to the closest flight path up there. So if you're on the Horde side, this is actually pretty easy to get to. If you have done Shadowfang Keep It All on Alliance, then hopefully you've gotten the South Shore Hillsbrad flight path. I was exploring and I was trying to fish up here in the hinterlands actually. So I actually have the Airy Peak up in the hinterlands, but if you don't have this yet, then you need to go from the wetlands north up into the Arathi Basin and then over to the left a little bit, over to the west to the South Shore flight path there. I would say that you probably have it. There's a lot of great loot in Shadowfang Keep, despite how far away from the Alliance areas it is. All right, so up in the northeast corner of Hillsbrad Foothills, you have Durnhold Keep, right? There is this little outcropping here on the map. You can see it right there. You're looking for an entrance to the mountain path that's like right here. If you've never been to Ravenholt before, it's going to be tricky, and that's kind of the thing. If you're not familiar with Ravenholt, it's like this rogue questing area, I guess. I don't think there's any quests for anybody in there if you're not a rogue, but just kind of take a look at where I am thereabouts, and you're just going to find the mouth of it, and you're going to start making your way up it. So yeah, here it is right here. Right here is the entrance, kind of just like as it kind of curves around, goes straight up to the mountain edge there. Here is the entrance, and this path takes you all the way up to a cave, and there's nothing in here that's going to aggro you. Aside from other players, this is a PvP zone after all. Just keep going, winding your way around here. You're going to see a little guard walking around from the Assassin's League. Gives me a snarky comment about how he doesn't doesn't really abide druids or whatever. Might give you something different if you're a rogue. We're going to run through here, and then we're going to run up to the entrance of the Ravenholt Manor, which is really cool. It's a really cool building up here in the mountains, right? Pretty cool. And explore it if you want, but that's not what we're here for. If you're facing it, you're going to go off to the right. Okay, off to the right, there is there's the first monk in World of Warcraft right there, Master King. Off to the right is this break in the mountains. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it, like, if you can zoom in on my mini map up here, you can kind of see where it is, kind of in the bottom middle of the Ravenholt area. And you just kind of follow this up. There's a little bit of a drop off. Whoop, we're gonna have to stealth around these horde people. Not gonna mess with them. Keep on running through. A little bit of a drop off here, but it's off to the left. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of slowly, don't want to fall too far. And off to the left here. It's not a full path, but it is a little break in the mountains. You can see on the little mini map up here on the top right, there is a little bit of a valley here. We're gonna stealth as we get closer if there are any peoples up here hanging out. But with any luck, the box that I've gotten should be attainable, should be openable. We're gonna go ahead and open this box. Hopefully we get a second Void-Touched shard or whatever it's called. And like I said, since you've already talked to the little shadowy figure here, a lot of interesting ideas on who that is lore-wise. So I did get another shard of the void. So this is really good. So now I should be able to make another one. Like I already have, like I said, I already have the Void-Touched Leather Gloves. I should be able to make the Void-Touched Leather Gauntlets, which is what I need. It's not best in slot for Resto Druids, but it is best in slot for balanced Druids, Moonkins and Turbo Chickens. All right, so I should have done this before and had it in my pack so that I could do it while I was up on the mountain, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and craft the Toughened Leather Gloves, and then we're going to make the Caster Void-Touched Leather Gauntlets, Intellect, Spirit, Stamina, and then we're going to see what's going to happen. It's worth noting here that the tag of the item says Unique Equipped Void-Touched 1, meaning you can only have one of the Void-Touched items equipped at once. And might think, why does this matter? Your gloves. Let's see. Let me just double check. Stamina, Intellect, Spirits, and I already have the Agility, Stamina, Spirit. So yeah, this is the one that we need. You might say, why does it matter? You can only wear one pair of gloves at a time, right? But of course, there are 4 total profession items here. The extraplanar Spider Silk Boots, as well as the Void-Touched Leather Gauntlets, would both be great additions to a healer that can wear leather or mail, as well as a damage dealer, a magic damage dealer, like a balanced druid or the whatever the shaman version is called. You might even consider wearing something like this as a hunter, just for the higher threat reduction and all of that. Chance to hit with spells and melee and range attacks. That's an extra to hit bonus. So that would be really cool, but you cannot equip both of them. So if you're thinking about leveling up tailoring and leatherworking, I would recommend against it. So there you go. Void-Touched Leather Gauntlets, got those equipped. The cool thing about these gloves, but not the cloth boots, if you're thinking about one or the other, is it does not interrupt the set, the 3-piece leather set or the 3-piece cloth set. For what it's worth, I think the boots are still better slightly by themselves than the 3-piece set bonus if you're a healer, but I'm not going to do that. The Twilight Elementalist's Cowl, foot pads, and robe with the Void-Touched Leather Gauntlets are going to be pretty close to best, if not best in slot for Resto Druids and Balanced Druids, and I'm on my way. Well on my way. Still primarily a feral, though, so here's hoping I can get a better weapon and some of the leather gear from the raid and the next reset. So, as always, guys, be good or be good at it. I'll see you next time.